So we're going to start with shoulder cars, level 1. So we're just going to do a basic shoulder car in the kneeling position. From here, I'm going to go ahead and irradiate at about 30% effort, so squeezing my body at about a 30% level. Then go into flexion. And from here, co-contract the bicep and tricep as I internally rotate, reach back. Keep internally rotating all the way back into extension, half of rep 1. Go ahead and extend. External rotation, reach all the way back, up, across the body, and down. Here we go. Flexion, internal rotation all the way to extension, extension, external rotation all the way to flexion. Across the body and down. We're going to do one more on this side and then we'll switch side. Flexion, internal rotation all the way to extension, extension, external rotation all the way to flexion. Let's go ahead and switch side. Flexion, internal rotation all the way to extension, extension, externally rotate all the way to flexion, across the body and down. Two more. Flexion, internal rotation to extension, extension, external rotation all the way to flexion, across the body. One more. Squeeze that opposite fist, still 30% effort throughout the whole body. Internal rotation all the way to extension. One more. Back, unwind, all the way up, across the body, and down. So those were level 1 shoulder cars. We're going to move to level 2 shoulder cars. So we're going to need a dowel or a broomstick. If you don't have one, you can push into a wall. So you can just place yourself in front of a wall, push yourself into the wall. So the arm that we're moving, the contralateral leg, will be out front. I'll give you a side view. Okay, we're going to dorsiflex that back ankle, get some good grip into the mat, or you can plantar flex, as long as you have really good balance here. From here, we're going to stab that dowel into the ground. We're going to make sure that we have a strong base. Plant yourself nice and steady here, and then from here, we're going to stab that dowel into the ground, squeeze the ball or the lacrosse ball. Or if you don't have a ball, just squeeze your fist as hard as you can. We're going to up the level to 50 to 70% intensity. Okay, so now we're going to use a more effort than last time. So we're going to use all the muscles in the front thigh, back glute, use your core, strengthen your arms, push the dowel into the ground, try to pop the ball. Level 2 cars here. Here we go. Flexion. Push the dowel down, internally rotate as you extend. If someone were to try to grab the dowel, it wouldn't move. Back of the hand next to the side, extend, unwind, try to pop the ball, all the way back, forward, and down. One more, all the way up, internally rotate all the way to extension, extension, external rotation all the way across. Push it down as hard as you can. Now let's go 70 to 100% effort. Squeeze it as hard as you can. Try to really control it. Squeeze that dowel down. Press those legs into the ground as much as you can. And good job. All right, switch side. Remember, the opposite leg will be forward here. Flexion. Really push that dowel into the ground. Internally rotate all the way to extension. Back of the hand next to the side. Extend, unwind, reach back, all the way up, across the body, and down. One more. Flex as hard as you can. Internally rotate to extend. Extend, externally rotate, all the way to flexion. Let's do one more as hard as you can here. 100% effort, pushing that dowel down. Press those legs into the ground. Reach all the way back. Trying to move anything but the shoulder, all the way back, up, across the body, and down. Good job. All right, level 3 cars. So now what we're going to do is use the dowel, and now we're going to add load. So we're going to use a 3-pound dumbbell. If you don't have a 3-pound dumbbell, you can use a soup can or something like something that you can grab and hold. So from here, same thing. Opposite leg forward. Okay, we're going to go for 1 rep. We're going to go flexion. Internally rotate as you extend. This is a 3-pound dumbbell. Go lighter. Do a 2 or a 1 if this is too heavy. Back of the hand next to the side, and then reach back. Unwind all the way back across the body and down. Switch side. Flexion. Internal rotation all the way to extension. Press that dowel down. Reach back. Unwind all the way back across the body and down. All right. Now we're going to move to PAILs and rails for shoulder ER. So for this one, you'll need a yoga block or a stack of books and a kettlebell. And if you don't have a kettlebell, that's fine. You can use a tennis ball in place of that kettlebell, or you don't need the kettlebell at all. So the first thing we're going to do is passively stretch internal rotation of the shoulder. So set up the block or the books or whatever you can behind your head. You don't need it, but if you have it, that would be great. Get into the fetal position, stack the knees, and then we're going to go ahead and start the timer. Okay. Probably put the timer in front of me so I can see it. That makes sense. All right. So we're going to passively hold for 2 minutes in internal rotation of the shoulder. So the first thing we want to do is set up so that we feel comfortable with our head on the yoga block or stack of books. Extend the arm out front and then go in about 10 degrees, bend the elbow, and then we're going to internally rotate the shoulder toward the hips, just like this. Okay, so relax your head, and we're just going to feel that stretch when we internally rotate. Now, if you have the kettle, you can just hold on to the kettle like this in your passive range, just like that. Our PAILs effort, if you're holding the kettle, you're going to try to pull the kettle off the ground. If you don't have a kettle, you're going to use your hands and push into your hand. Okay, that'll be a resistance for your PAILs. Rails, if you have the kettle, you're going to try to smash the kettle into the ground. Rails, if you don't have the kettle, I want you to just pull yourself deeper toward internal rotation for your rails contraction. Okay, so first let's go ahead and set up with our passive stretch. Start the timer. We're going to be here for 2 minutes. We're going to go ahead and start. We're going to begin with just breathing. Inhale and exhale. Try to inhale for 4, exhale for 8. One more minute. Keep inhaling for 5 and then exhaling for 10 this time. So try to really inhale for 5, exhale for 10. Alright, from here, let's go ahead and start trying to pull this kettle off the ground, or if your hand is here, I want you to push into your hand, 5% effort, 10% effort, 15, Trying to pull it up. 20%. 25 to 30. 35 to 40. 45 to 50. 55 to 60. 65 to 70. 75 to 80. Let's go to your safest and greatest effort for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rail, smash the kettle into the ground, or go deeper into internal rotation. Or you can get that out of the way and just let it go deeper toward the ground, like this. Keep internally rotating, smash that kettle into the ground. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright, so if you have the kettle, get rid of the kettle. Now, if you don't have the kettle, don't worry about it. We're going to go back to that same thing. Go deeper into internal rotation. Hold here for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to begin our PAILs effort for 20, and then rails for 10. Here we go. Breathe. PAILs, press the forearm into the hand into the forearm. 5%, 10, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, and hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rails contraction. Go deeper into internal rotation. Hold here. Keep going. And relax. Let's go back to your passive stretch. Breathe. 20 more seconds of passive holding here. And then go ahead and actively try to push down. And then externally rotate. Let's go ahead and switch side. So if you have the block, that's great. If you don't, you don't need it. So we're in the fetal position. If you have the kettle, that's great. If you don't even worry about it. Sometimes it's not even that productive, but if you have it, it's great. From here, if you have the ball, we'll just go into internal rotation. We're going to hold here for 2 minutes. We're going to inhale for 5, and we're going to try to exhale for 10. If you have the kettle, that's great. Remember, PAILs contraction, you're going to try to pull up or out into external rotation of the shoulder. Rails contraction, you're going to try to push down, go deeper, or try to smash the kettle down. Okay, so we're going to hold here, breathe, inhale 5, exhale 10. Make sure you feel a good stretch here. Don't start until you feel like you're settled in. So pause it if you have to. Got about a minute and 20 left. Inhale 5, exhale 10. Go ahead and begin your PAILs effort by trying to pull the kettle off the ground or pushing into the hand. 5% effort. 10%.
10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. Let's go to your safest and greatest effort for 10 seconds. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and smash it down. Go deeper into internal rotation. 15 seconds here. Keep going, keep going. If the kettle's not there, just try to go deeper in internal rotation. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and relax. Now if you have the kettle, go ahead and remove it. If you don't have the kettle, you can do the same thing. Internal rotation here. Hold. Breathe. Alright, we're going to go ahead and begin our PAILs effort. Going into the hand into the forearm. 5% to 10, 10% to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rails. Go deeper in internal rotation. Keep going, keep going, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then go back to your passive stretch. Inhale and exhale. Try to inhale and exhale. Inhale 5, exhale 10 if you can. Alright, now we're going to move to our PAILs and rails of our Americana stretch. So we're going to stand up for this one. We need a barrier, like a pole. You can also use a doorway. So if you have a doorway, you can get in between a doorway, just like this, and put your body through the doorway. Or if you have a beam like this, you can use that. You can also use a TRX strap or a cable strap with a handle and make sure the weight is all the way at capacity so you can't move it. So I'm going to show you the Americana version, but you can use any of those other versions if you'd like. So for this one, I need a pole or a doorway. I'm going to step with the opposite foot forward. I'm going to stretch the tissues here in external rotation of the shoulder. And what I'm going to do is just lean into this stretch and find a good stretch in not only the pectoralis major, but the anterior delt, all the tissues that you can feel. Find a good line of tension, and we're going to hold here for 2 minutes. Our PAILs contraction, we're going to build effort and push into the barrier. Rails effort, we're going to try to move our whole arm away and off the barrier. Okay. If you are using a TRX strap, the PAILs effort will be you trying to pull forward. Rails, you're going to try to have slack in the TRX. Okay, so that's if you're using TRX or a cable. Okay, if you're using the barrier version, the whole arm will move away. So go ahead and breathe and hold. We're here for another minute and 50 seconds. Inhale 5, exhale 10.
If you feel any tingling, you can move it away if it doesn't feel right. But we're going to start our PAILs effort. We start pressing into the barrier from 0 to 100%. So go ahead and press. Here we go. 5%, 10%, 15 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. Let's ramp it all the way up to your safest and greatest effort, and we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Don't move anything but the shoulder. We're going to try to go back away or deeper into external rotation. Hold here. Squeeze. 5 more seconds. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, and go back to your passive hold. I'm going to try that one more time. Try to press into the barrier. 5%, 10, 10% to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and move it away. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. All right. Let's move to the opposite shoulder. Find that barrier or the doorway. Remember, you can use a strap and you can do more external rotation. This is going to be external rotation, but also a little bit of horizontal abduction. So you're getting a lot of the chest here as well. Opposite arm forward. Find your passive position. Hold here. You can also use a dowel. Probably should have used that before. So if you still have that dowel from before, go just like this. I'm going to hold for 2 minutes. All right, let me start my timer. And we're going to inhale for 5, and we're going to exhale for 10. Here we go. Got about 45 more seconds here, so just keep breathing. Remember, PAILs effort, we're pushing into the barrier. RAILs effort, we're pulling away from the barrier. All right, PAILs effort. Go ahead and start pressing into the barrier. 5%, 10%, 15 to 20, 25 to 30, 35 to 40, 45 to 50. Press, press, press. 55 to 60, 65 to 70, 75 to 80. Let's ramp it up to our safest and greatest effort for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, rails, pull away, go deeper into the stretch, hold it, squeeze, 10 seconds, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. All right, so after doing those PAILs and rails, let's go ahead and perform a car for each of our shoulders. We'll do 2 each side, just to kind of wash it out. All right. All right, now we're going to perform extension PAILs and rails and then flexion. So for extension, you'll need a box or a table or a chair. For shoulder extension, I'm going to use 2 dowels. If you only have one, just make sure that you're parked in front of a wall. So what we're going to do with the back shoulder, leaning up against the wall in a half kneeling position, I want the front shoulder in flexion. I want the back shoulder in extension. Half kneeling position. We're going to hold this stretch for in or around 2 minutes. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8. PAILs contraction, we're going to press the back dowel into the ground from 0 to 100% effort. Rails, we're going to try to pull up the dowel further into extension. We try not to elevate the scapula and move 2 joints at once, and try just to move into shoulder extension. So find a good passive position to start. Breathe and hold. Inhale 4, exhale 8, and then try to work your way up from inhaling for 5 and exhaling for 10. Okay, we're going to start our PAILs in about 20 seconds. Find some better support if you need it. So PAILs, go ahead and start pressing down 5%, all the way to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. Pressing that back dowel down, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 90 all the way to your 100 and your safest and greatest effort for 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and round. Try to go up the pole, deeper into extension, all the way up. Keep going. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your new passive hold. Let's go ahead and switch here. Find a position that makes sense for you. As long as that back, arms, and shoulder extension. You can also put it on a box. PAILs press down, rails pull up. Inhale and exhale here, nice and slow. Inhale 5, exhale 10 if you can. From here, let's go ahead and start our PAILs effort. Start pressing down into the dowel, into the ground, 5%, 10, back dowel down, 15 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 50 to 70, 70 to 80. Every muscle is contracting here, 100% effort. Pressing down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rails, pull up, deeper, deeper, all the way up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Woo! All right, so there, PAILs and rails for shoulder ER. Do a quick swimmer hover, hands behind the head, tee it out, internal rotation, hands behind, back, out and around. One more. And relax. For shoulder flexion, PAILs and rails, we're going to set up with an exercise ball and a dowel. If you don't have an exercise ball or a dowel, you can go in the hands and knees position and use a box or a chair, okay? So whether you're using a chair, box, dowel, or exercise ball, go ahead and find your passive range. You're going to hold here. Inhale 5, exhale 10. We're going to hold for about 2 minutes, and then PAILs effort, we're going to press the dowel into the ground, contract the tissues that are being stretched. Rails effort, we're going to use the opposite side of the joint and muscles to move the arm up the pole deeper into flexion. So begin by just breathing and holding here. If your arm begins to tingle, means it's probably a little too high into flexion. You're probably a little bit too far. Inhale and exhale here. From here, we're going to squeeze the ball or push into the ground. Press the dowel into the ground. We're going to contract all the tissues in this lat and all the stuff that's putting us in flexion into the ground. 5%, 10%, 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 35 to 40, 45 to 50, 55 to 60, 65 to 70, all the way up 70 to your safest and greatest effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rails, pull up, move up the pole, squeeze the ball, going deeper into flexion, keep going, 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Find your new passive range, hang out here for a little bit, breathe. And we'll switch side. Find your
passive range here. Hold here, breathe. Remember, you can always move into the hands and knees position, just like this, so you don't need the ball. Inhale 5, exhale 10. Go ahead and press in the PAILs, press the dowel into the mat. 5%, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55 to 60, 65 to 70, 75 to 80, 85 to 90, all the way to your safest and greatest effort for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rails. Pull deeper into flexion. Try to squeeze the ball or push into the ground. Push all the way up. Deeper into flexion as much as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then back to your passive range. All right. From here, okay. Before we get our next sequence, you can go ahead and give yourself some ankle cars in case you want to loosen those up a little bit. Switching side. And then also knees, extend and bend, externally and internally rotate. All right, so the next exercise we're going to perform is a child pose. All right, so all right, now we got 3 extra stretches here we're going to perform. One is all right, now the next 3 exercises are going to be kinetic stretches. The first one is going to be child pose, external rotation, lift off. So what we're going to do is go into child pose and go into external rotation of each shoulder at a 90-degree angle at the elbow. If you want to make it harder, you can put your hands on a mat or some yoga blocks. And what we're going to do is hang out here and inhale, irradiate, and then we're going to try to lift the fists off of the mat, whether they're higher up or on the ground. So we're going to start on the ground. Inhale, irradiate, squeeze, lift off, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. One more. Inhale, radiate, lift off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Okay, let's use the mat or some yoga blocks. And inhale, radiate, lift off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. One more. Inhale, squeeze, radiate, and lift off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. All right, so there's our child pose kinetic external rotation liftoffs from the ground or from a mat or blocks. So to challenge strength and shoulder flexion, we're going to set up in the prone position. From here, what we'll do is put the forehead on a rolled up piece of cloth or a rag. From here, we will press the feet into the ground, press the opposite fist into the ground, find our flexion position, and then we're just going to lift off and hold. So we're going to inhale, radiate, and lift off. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. One more. Inhale, radiate, lift off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Switch side. And here we go. Press this fist down, up, inhale, radiate, lift off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. One more. Inhale, radiate, lift off. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. You could also press down for your PAILs, and then rails. You could pull up just like that. So you could press, 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 press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then pull up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Switch side. Press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. One more. Press down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and pull up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. Okay, same thing with ER. Pressing down, pulling up. Abduction, pushing down, pulling up. And then also pushing down, pulling up. So those would be some strength and range positions with a dumbbell for shoulder, for the glenohumeral joint. From here, infinity prone hovers form an infinity hover. What we're going to do is lay on the stomach, and we're going to bring one arm overhead and one arm behind the back. From here, we're going to raise everything off the ground, push the feet into the ground, gauge the core, tee it out, hold here, reach forward, switching arms, and then we're going to try to bring the hand behind the head and opposite hand up the back. Try to reach those hands together until they can't, and then relax. From here, raise the elbows up, extend the elbows, abduct the shoulders, and then from here switch, reaching forward and back, hands up the back, down the back, and relax. Elbows fly up, reach forward and back, tee it out, and relax. Let's try the same thing in the kneeling position. Reach up, reach down, reach up the back, down the back, and then reach up, reach down, T. Switching sides, reach up, reach down, and up and behind the back. And tee it out, reach up, reach down, tee out the shoulders, externally rotate, internally rotate, externally rotate, internally rotate. And then from here,
Elbows at a 90. Internally rotate. Externally rotate. Switch arms. Alright, let's go ahead and end it with some shoulder axial rotations. Tee out the arm. Squeeze the fist. Externally rotate. Internally rotate. Externally rotate. Internally rotate. From here, bend the elbows at a 90-degree angle. Internally rotate one shoulder. And externally rotate the other. And then switch. Squeeze the fist. Try to keep the elbows in line with the shoulders, in line with the chest. Switch. Internal rotation is down, external rotation is back. Switch, squeeze, squeeze. And let's go ahead and perform some scapular cars. Way up, back, down, forward, back, up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down. And a T-spine car. Flex down, rotate, bend, extend back, rotate, bend, flex down. Other way, rotate, bend, extend, rotate, bend, and flex down. All right, so those are some shoulder end range options for you to perform using FRC. Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks a lot.